Okay, so I'm going to do a review on the Nyjah Frees again, my second pair, because people have been asking again how long these last, and I would say the second pair probably tore up a little faster than the first pair, maybe because I've skated more. I don't know, but they last an average of like a year. So if you guys saw my last video, which I uploaded about a year ago, that was a review on the Nyjah Frees that I had for about a year. So this is kind of an update, more details. It's essentially kind of the same thing. I did have to eventually put some band-aids through the little hole that started to rip in the cloth, just because I've been trying to squeeze as much life out of them as possible, because I ordered a third pair of the Nyjah Frees. So I don't know if this will be my last pair or not. I've been trying to break them in. I've skated them once, couldn't kickflip, can barely ollie. They feel like steel-toed boots when you first get them. That's also what I said in the last review that I made a year ago. That's the biggest downfall, I would say, probably with the Nyjah Frees, is they take forever to break in. I mean, you can twist them, you can do all that, but easily take over a month to break in. So tomorrow I will be uploading a breaking in video, so don't expect the craziest skate tricks. But anyways, look forward to that tomorrow. I'm skating the blue shoes, but we're going to be reviewing these. This is my kick flipper shoe. So the big thing is they don't rip on the sides. Okay, so the reason why this is torn up is I don't know how it would fare in a desert environment, but I live in Portland and it rains a lot, so kind of like half the year I'm walking around in the rain a lot. So I think that this rubber, something happens to it and eventually it just starts to crack. It maybe is like the contrast of dry to wet, dry to wet, dry to wet. It does something. If you're more into chemistry, maybe go ahead and tell me what's going on. But this is also a pressure area, I guess, where you're stepping and you're bending. So you put that stress on the constant wear and tear of the rain and over time, and it starts to crack. So the rubber barely rips. Actually, I think I finally just started getting a little rip here in the kickflip zone, but again, a year and however long. So that's pretty good, because most skate shoes only last like a few months at the most for most people. Some only wear out in like a month. That was I had a Lakai pair that blew out in 2 weeks. Anyways, so yeah, same thing happened, same area. And so again, the rubber is very, very durable. It does not rip at all, except in this one example. The biggest thing you need to watch out for is when the cracking happens. So when the cracking happens, you have this really, really thin cloth underneath, very, very thin. It's like a sock. I don't know if you guys can see. I do have this video in 4K, so hopefully you guys put the setting at 4K, but yeah, very thin under there. So when you're kick flipping, you're moving your foot and it expands, this eventually is the part that's going against the grip tape, and that's what rips and blows out. So hence why I put duct tape before, band-aids, just whatever. You kind of put that in there on the cloth, kind of tuck it in, and then try to fold the rubber back over it, and it gives it a little longer lifespan. But yeah, so you got that going on, and that's the weak part. The rubber shell, amazing, super grippy. It actually, like, once you break the shoe in, and you can like kind of rewire how to flick your ankle, because you can't really flick more like this. You got to really like roll your ankle over to get that flick, but it does slingshot the board. I mentioned that in the first review. Here's the grip on the bottom. It surprisingly lasts pretty long. I mean, just again, the ollie and kick flip zone, but as you can see, I don't really do that many heel flips. But the grip lasts pretty good on the bottom. They do get dirty though. The weird pattern on the grip on the bottom of these really likes to just soak up mud. So if you step into like some mud or something, it's going to take some hardcore scrubbing to get it out. If you step in dog poop, dude, I feel bad for you. Like, that's happened before. It's a pain to try to scrub these. The shoestrings on my last pair, they never broke. This again is the switch foot. Yeah, band name, but shoestrings lasted pretty good. These actually finally broke about maybe a few weeks ago, so I would say, again, lasted almost a year. Usually I blow out shoestrings really fast. So the thing with most skate shoes is you're going to probably break your shoestrings before you blow out the sides. These, the side and the cracking is going to happen way before you actually break the shoestrings, because, use the better one, I think the positions are like more up, and then I don't know if it has something to do with the fly wire, but like the rubber is catching it, and you're doing the flick with the on the board more with that than the actual shoestrings. So your shoestrings do last a pretty long time with the Nyjahs. They come with really thin, crappy insoles, so I just hate Lunarlon. I'm just gonna take these out of the new ones. You know, yes, they're very lightweight. Ooh, it feels like I'm not holding anything, but you know, I can feel the impact just going off of like knee-high ledges. So I always I had to duct tape on them. Okay, well, that's gonna take some effort to get out, but I replaced it with footprint insoles. I did a review on footprint insoles. It's on my channel. So today, I guess I'll officially be retiring these shoes, because, you know, I'll wear these like around public, trying to break them in. I've tried to skate them a few times, mostly just okay for kind of like carving around transition, but flip tricks, no, not much precision. So I guess I will officially retire these shoes that I've been using for all my technical stuff and take the insoles out, put them in, and do that breaking in video. So long story short, this review for the Nyjah Frees on my second pair, the update on the third pair. They last a long time. Yes, they're more expensive than other skate shoes, but it's not really that much more. So like, you know, say you get a good pair of like Americas or something else, and you know they're usually like $60 or $70. These are $95. During the quarantine, I actually got these on sale for $67. So no excuse there when you get it on sale, because no one wanted this color, and I thought I'd switch it up. But hypothetically, say you're buying a good pair of skate shoes for $70, $25 more, but you're getting triple the lifespan. You know, do the math, and the amount of days that you can skate per dollar on the shoe, if you want to calculate that, doing a whole like Excel spreadsheet. These are actually the best value. So you get the longest time skating out of them. I don't know if I'll be skating Nike again after this, just because these take forever to break in, like I said, and that's the worst thing about the shoes, and it's really annoying. And they got rid of the P-Rod line with Nike, and that's usually what I used to like to skate with Nike. And I refuse to do Janowskis just because they're pretty thin. I think they're overrated, and they have no impact protection. So maybe we'll switch up the brands with the shoes after these finally wear out. Anyway, subscribe and get ready for a breaking in test video, I guess, in 4K.